The next step for us is to try and win in the playoffs.
And it's in! Sebastian Beerholt.
Something that we haven't done.
Let's go.
The competitions like Leagues Cup and having every game be a knockout game.
Kamara saved!
It only gives us an opportunity to train and get ready for that type of environment. We want to be a team that's going to go and win in the playoffs and make it to another round. You know, we're going to have opportunities like Leagues Cup to try and do that.
Now to go to the following round and to go till the end, okay? Vamos, lo matamos, 3 puntos, ganamos, bye!
Our ambition with that tournament and our goal was to really grow the team tactically and really become stronger as a group with the clarity of what we're trying to do. So when we do play against opposition that have these different problems, we can go out and be used to it and be able to play our game model to success. When we play in games like this, it gives us a chance to play against different opposition who pose different problems to us. And so when you're posed with different problems, you get asked questions tactically to yourself, and you're tested in different ways that maybe you aren't within the league.
It's a little bit bittersweet because I think we could have gone a little further than the second round. We played 3 very good games, in my opinion. One in LA, really good. We finally beat a Mexican team. We had a lot of ties before against Mexican teams, but we never won against them, and we beat Tijuana. And then against Pumas, I think it's a good lesson that we have to take for the future, that when we have our chances, we have to convert it, and hopefully it's gonna be very useful for what's going forward for us in the season.
Coming to a different competition, everything's a new opportunity, not just for the team, but for the individual players. And we gave lots of opportunities to guys that haven't had the chance to play as much in the MLS. And it's not that they don't deserve to play, it's just that's very difficult to get in the team. And they came in and they proved themselves. You know, guys like Bilal, Levante, Ralph, Isaac, you know, they came in and they stepped up and really showed that we have good characters in the locker room that can also play and start and sometimes play 90 minutes.
Bilal is a player who has not had as much opportunity through the season, but he's been patient. And when you're patient and when you train day in, day out with the group, eventually you're going to get your chance. And that's what happened with the Leagues Cup.
I did everything in my power before the game, whether I was watching full-on games from LAFC. I know I watched the last 3 full games before we played them, and I watched specific highlights of, Bouanga.
Danny Bouanga on his left foot. Albuni does really well.
I think Bilal did very well. I think he played in 2 different positions. He played right center back against the LAFC, against probably the best player in the league.
He did well. There were some things that he still needs to improve, and he'd be the first to admit that. But he stepped up really well in the games. I think the performance against LAFC, against one of the best players in the league, arguably the best player in the league, and apart from maybe Messi, Bouanga, in my opinion, he's very dangerous, very difficult to deal with, and Bilal did very well. He's had to wait for his opportunity. Things of like injuries to Tristan, Gervais moving on, those types of things, and he's gotten his chance and he's stepped up and done well, and he needs to now just be patient with opportunities from now on, but also know that we have confidence in him when we need to play him and when we want to play him.
Ball in behind now for Danny Bouanga. Good challenge.
Look at the reaction.
Oh, celebrates that like a goal.
Yeah, Bilal Halbouni.
Now, speaking towards that tackle, that was a tackle for me it was a really, really, really big moment for me, because I feel like after the tackle, just celebrating with a big scream that just took out so much frustration and stress and anger that I was building up, not being able to play, and just now showing my ability and opportunity that I can play, and that I am fit to play in this league. It was a very big moment for me, and I'm happy that happened, and yeah, at the end of the day, it all worked out.
Watch the first touch for Bouanga. At that point, you think the defender is beat, but he gets the timing spot on.
I finally got the opportunity when Devaney told me I was going to play against the Wrexham game. I know I told like all of my family. I can personally say I feel no pressure. I want you guys to watch me. I know it's been a tough 4 months. I need you guys to watch me because I need people to believe, you know, that I'm actually training well and, you know, just waiting for the opportunity to come. And, you know, I want you guys to see what, you know, I'm feeling. And that's exactly what happened at the Wrexham game. I feel like I did well. And then I got the opportunity in the LAFC game to do that same thing again. Felt like a true like weight off my back when, you know, people see, you know, Bilal actually can play, you know.
He took his chance. I told him like 2 weeks before, I say, hey, you're gonna start again in the LAFC, so be in the mindset, be ready to go and show me that you can be part of the team for the rest of the year. And he showed it, and so I think he will have additional chance in the next games.
And Boma with a top-class save to deny him.
I'm very happy that we had the possibility to give more minutes to some guys that didn't play too much. So I think Isaac did very well in LA.
Saved. Boma went the right way and a strong fist clear.
Yeah, I would look at Isaac as a true professional. He's a guy that's always ready. You know, he's been in the role for a while now, being a number 2 and before that a number 3. And you know, he's stepped up when he's needed to. He's come up big, and you know, because he deserves to play.
I can take a lot of positives out of it, a few negatives too, but I thought it was a very good game to allow me to grow my career and development as a player. I thought I made a few really good saves in it, and then of course there's just the learning moments in the last 10-15 that comes with more games and getting more mature.
Look, in the club we don't have number 1, number 2, number 3. All the goalies for me is number 1, because if Yohe is sick, Isaac has to be ready to play. So we work every day the same. The 3 goalies we have, we work the same. And Isaac knows the day before he worked like Yohe. Yohe has something, he's ready to play. So we don't change nothing. It's the same work with him.
Yeah, it felt great to have them in the stadium. They're some of my biggest supporters, and so it worked out that they were already in LA, so it actually just really worked out timing-wise, and it's always a special moment. I know they'd probably be a little bit nervous, but what parents aren't when their kids are playing, right? So.
Can you share like what your dad was saying to you at the end? Can you remember?
Just that he was proud of me. We'll leave it at that.
So Levy is always ready to go. He's a guy who applies himself a lot, he learns a lot, and now tactically he's really good. He's really good at pressing, he's really good at playing both strikers or even playing winger. He does every time the thing that he's supposed to do. We've seen against Pumas, he played very well. We've seen against Tijuana, he did very well. He also scored a goal. We can rely on him, and it's a guy that we can rely on, and we know that if we call him to start or if we call him to play 5 minutes, he's always gonna go 150% probably, not even 100%. So, you know, he is a good fit for the culture of this team.
Know that it draws just fine for the knockout stage. Johnson trying to roll one in. He did! Levante Johnson!
Levante's a very patient person, and he's a very calm person. So Levante is never caught too high when he's playing very well, and he's never caught being too down when he's not playing so well. So for him, it's about trusting the process, and he's very good at this. He works on putting himself in the best positions to be in and around the goal, and then the chances will come, which they did. You know, for him, for the average player, it can become very frustrating when you're playing well but not able to score. And but for him, it was no problem. He has a strong mentality, and he keeps calm. He sticks to what we ask of him and what he needs to do when we have the ball. And eventually, when you put yourself in these positions time and time again, you're going to be on the score sheet eventually, and that's what he did with his goal.
Actually, it's funny you say that, because one of my friends tried to diagnose me. They took a psychology class, said, "Oh, you're this, like never too high, never too low." But I don't know, it's just a part of me. never get too high. Like I do get happy, just never extremely happy, never extremely sad. I'm just always kind of in that middle, but I feel like it helps me at times, a lot of the time actually. I got subbed on at halftime, tactical changes, and thankfully I scored and assisted and we won the game. And the next game I was able to start. We started that game, fortunately lost to Pumas 2-0, but it was a good experience to get out there. The goal and assist definitely helped my confidence going forward, and hopefully that just carries on until the MLS. I feel like a lot of the guys were more excited than I was. Ryan Rafoso told me that, especially. He said he was very excited. Like we share rooms on our away games, and he's always my roommate. And like every trip, we're just hoping for the best for each other, hoping that you can, impact the game and get a goal, get an assist. And like every game, he's just like, yeah, I feel this is the game for you, this is the game for you. And it came true, and he was happy. Just honestly, the support system in the team is amazing. It's a great locker room, not toxic at all, very supportive, very easygoing. So I really appreciate that.
Gauld. And Artur coming back defensively, and Gauld hits the deck.
And you see the reaction right away from Gauld, the expression across his face as that left ankle seems to go over.
Ryan Gauld is a special player, and he can create something out of nothing. And he's someone who, even in moments where we're not performing well, he finds a way to grab the game on his own and create chances going forward.
Ryan Gauld away to the races. Will he be caught? Gauld slides one past Johnson. Ryan Gauld puts this one away for the White.
Ryan is fundamental to this team. The thing that these 3 games have been very helpful, playing without him, we cannot play the same way offensively if he's not there, because for the characteristic that he has, he's kind of irreplaceable for the player that we have.
Gauldy's a guy that would be supporting the guys from the sidelines or from the locker room or wherever he can. It's difficult to play without him. It makes us think a little bit differently. We don't have a player that's exactly the same as him or that plays the same way as him. So we just have to be, a little bit different tactically. But we have a lot of depth. We have a lot of players that can step up, and we're confident that we put together 11 guys on the pitch that can get us wins. And then also, we've got 9-10 guys on the bench or however many we have in our depth chart to step up and cover that hole when he's not in.
The takeaway from the games has been probably the quality of the team. There's not just the moment, but the quality of how we played, especially when we had the ball, and the fact that if I thought that we had like 16 or 17 starters, maybe now we have 18 or 19 starters. So that's a good thing.